Well, you're very welcome to the Lightweight Boxing Show. This week, myself and Anthony and April Hunter's just walked across the shop.
No, we don't. Get it.
Well, you're very welcome to the Lightweight Boxing Show. And, well, this week we're in Limeside, Greater Manchester. It's Fox ABC. We've been watching Anthony and his stable of fighters go through their paces. But, of course, what we are talking about mainly is the rearranged fixture, if you can call it that, between Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. We were in London first time around, and, of course, obviously with the Queen passing away, all fixtures, the boxing was all off at the weekend. So they do it again. So 5 weeks down the line and back in London, we shall be watching all the action again. But before we get to the fight and the card, and the all-female card, and the groundbreaking kind of event at the O2, it's been a bad week for boxing. Yeah. We were in London last week again for the ill-fated Chris Eubank Jr. against Conor Benn card. We know what happened, obviously, now with everything that's gone on with the failed drugs test and Conor Benn. Just a week on, you've probably had time to think about it. It's been, well, all over the place, hasn't it? It's been the talk of the boxing community. But what has to be done, Ant, to stop all this kind of stuff going? I mean, is it even possible to think of the sport being clean?
Do you know what? It's wishful thinking. We've got to be honest, it's wishful thinking, and it's not nice to say, but it's also being honest. People will always be looking for an edge to cheat, to give them an unfair advantage, not just in boxing, in all sports. But there's a big difference in boxing. I'm not saying it's right, because they'll suffer in other ways, whether it be financially, through sponsorship, through the glory of stepping on a podium, getting a gold medal. But they can't physically cause damage to someone doing that. And that's why I'm so strong on, in boxing, in other combat sports, whether it be MMA or whatever, that's why I'm so strong in it. And that's why, more than anything, there's got to be tougher sentences. Listen, money's a thing where it'd be great if every fighter at all levels could be tested year round, but realistically, that's not going to happen. And it's only when you get to a certain level that you start getting tested. And it was just, I said last week, it was a massive sort of, it was such a shame for boxing. It was, it was on Good Morning Britain. It was sort of fever pitch, the build up. Everyone was talking about it, and then everyone was talking about it for the wrong reasons after it. And you had to explain something why it was cancelled. And people had their opinions, but it was a bad week. But I think drugs, performance enhancing drugs, will always be a problem in boxing, in sport, and it's not something it is sort of something we're going to have to accept, but all we can do is hope that the testers, committees, boards make it more and more difficult for them to take them performance-enhancing drugs and get away with it.
I mean, Conor Benn is still adamant he's going to clear his name, so we wait and see on that. So, of course, there's still more information to come out, I think, on that. I think really the problem is that the doping authorities, I mean, you've got so many sanctioning bodies, and that's a problem in boxing. Then you've got different doping agencies, and they're not on the same page. And that's the constant frustration.
I've seen it. Listen, Conor Benn, he's got the right to try and clear his name. And listen, let's be honest, at the minute, it doesn't look good at all. But he's got the right to clear it, and he might do that. But at the minute, it doesn't look good for him at all with what's been found in the system and the reasons why that would be in the system. However, it's with these different organisations, and there was a crazy sort of argument about, well, UCAD, it passed with them, but I saw someone sarcastically on social media saying, well, that's just like failing a drink driving test on the Wednesday, but then on the Friday, you pass it because you sobered up. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. I know it sounds stupid, but it's that simple. You didn't get tested on the same day. So things can be out your system by then. But I think, like you say, it's a massive black eye for boxing. But hopefully this week, the girls, the big show at the O2 in London, can put boxing in a good light. Well,
that's the hope. It's back on again at the O2. It is a fabulous card. It's a great-looking fight. And the co-main, I mean, in terms of which one you're looking forward to more, Claressa Shields against Savannah Marshall or Michaela Mayer against Alicia Baumgardner. I mean, both fantastic fights. And it's a card stacked with Olympians as well. So we look forward to it. But, of course, we were in London first time around, and there were some great events, great activities. The sun was shining at times as well. And the first thing we did, we had a workout on a boat on the Thames, as you do. Yes, as you can see, we are on the Thames. It's very windy, but it's sunny 1 minute, it's raining the next. The wind's kicking up a bit. It's a little bit choppy on the Thames as well, but as you can see, we're passing some fantastic sights. We set off from Canary Wharf Pier. We're heading towards, well, the Shard, it looks like at the minute, so we're heading towards London Bridge. It's a free sightseeing trip, but we're here on serious business, Anthony. And firstly, before we talk about what we're here for, how's the old tummy? Because you're not the best on the sea.
I'm not. I've just had to take a tablet. 35-year-old man has just had to take a seasick tablet to go up the River Thames for half an hour. So, yeah, feeling pretty proud of myself right now, mate. Thanks for pointing it out, though.
Well, as you can see and hear, Boxer Sky Sports pulling out all the stops as well. It is something a bit different, isn't it? I mean, we've seen some stunts over the years. I mean, any call to mind that compete with this? You know, having a little, we're seeing the Tower Bridge down there now as well.
No, I love this idea. Other than being the seasick, I think some of the sites we're taking, and it's something very different. We can hear Lauren Price, Olympic gold medalist, getting introduced into the ring. But I'm just trying to think. I can't ever remember being on a boat. I know this. I think this is one of the most unusual I can remember.
And of course, it is a bit of a unique event. This is a unique workout.
Yes.
It isn't public, as you can see. It's only for the press today, but everyone's going through the paces. The way they're doing it as well, obviously half the card are going on, if you like, into the ring now, and then afterwards half the card. So they're going to keep all the rivals apart, if you like.
Yes.
Savannah Marshall's on the boat.
Yeah, they've got it out really well. Like you say, it's great to see you. It's got that, despite being on the boat, it's got a real buzz, sort of a fight week. A little bit different, but there's a real buzz to it, fucking around this boat.
And it is an all-female card as well, unique, of course, for the UK to a card of this nature. You've had a good look at it. We've analysed it. What do you make of it now in terms of the strength of the card, and then I suppose the top two fights?
I genuinely think it's a card that's got everything from prospects. There's chance of upsets on the card. I think the two title fights on the card are unbelievable because it's so hard to pick a winner. Listen, the main event, it needs a little introduction, but possibly, the biggest women's fight of all time up there, obviously with Taylor Serrano. But the chief support between Mayer and Baumgardner, what a fight. It's one I can't wait for, and it's so hard to pick a winner. You can see so many different outcomes, and I think the two main fights.
There's your fan club, by the way. I told them you were coming. You've come to give them a wave.
There we go.
You all know Crolla.
But yeah, it's... they're two fights, real pick'ems, and I can't wait for them.
We're just approaching the Shard now, Tower Bridge in front of us. You can just see the sun dancing off the dome of St Paul's over there as well. This is really something very special. But of course, we're going to see if we catch up with a couple of characters here on the boat.
I don't think you've ever seen this type of card before. Like, not just take the women thing aside, put the women thing aside, and just two huge rivalries, two world championship fights of this caliber, like the Olympians on this card, like the skill level. You don't normally get two fights like that on one night. So that's what I think is so special and so awesome. And these fights are going to live up to the hype. They absolutely are.
Michaela, I know you'd never look past Alicia on Saturday. You mentioned then about being hungry. We're all hungry at this time, and especially near fight weight. You're seen as a very big super featherweight. Do you think Saturday you unify the titles and then move up?
Ideally, yes. I would love to move up to 135. But I got this far. I got to follow through with my goal, which is to go undisputed at 130. Yeah. I'll have taken the belt from 3 different champions come Saturday night. And so I got to stick around for that one more belt. We'll see if Choi will give us a fight. She's been a little difficult to get the fight with, but I think now that all the belts are collected and there's incentive there for her.
There's going to be more pressure,
Yeah, but then that's it, up to 35.
Do you see any similarities, style-wise, height-wise, with Michaela Mayer, Terry Harper?
I do. I see, I first see a timid soul. I see a timid individual. She understands that this is just as a challenge as it is for me. I know that she's going to come with her best game, but so did Terry. And I understood my assignment. And again, I've been boxing for 20 years. My technique, my IQ is sharp.
Yeah.
Why have you two got under each other's skin so much? I mean, I know it's a business, this boxing lark, and it's great to sell a fight and everything, but, with the handshake and all the rest of it, it did seem a little bit real.
It is real. I think, this builds for the fight. Michaela motivates me. She's motivating me so much day in, day out. Since we
Is
got
that
the
challenge?
contract.
Is that the challenge? What motivates you?
It's the challenge, yeah, absolutely. She thinks she's better than me, and I'm here to prove her wrong. I'm here to show everybody why I'm the top dog at 130 and why I will be undisputed at 130.
Well, Savannah, when you started boxing a few years ago now in Hartlepool, I bet this wasn't kind of what you thought you'd be doing in a few years' time, sailing down the Thames, having a media workout, I should say, getting ready for, one of the biggest fights we've ever seen on these shows.
No, never. I think closest I could have got to this was probably going to dinghy down the Tyne. Not on a boat in the Thames. No, never.
It's something else though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's overwhelming thinking how much Sky and Boxer are backing this.
Savannah, Ben's mentioned about being a sellout or two on a Saturday night. What kind of support you bringing from home? Because it seems like it's really gripped the nation, but I can only imagine what it's like around the northeast.
It's overwhelming. Honestly, I always feel a bit,
Yeah.
because it's an expensive do.
Yeah.
And I always feel a bit, people are spending the money to come down, hotels, trains, coaches, and it's overwhelming. It's unbelievable.
A lot's been made about the history with the pair of you, but what's it been like this week when it's become very real? Because, we know the history between yourself and Claressa, the back and forth and all the rest of it. You've seen a bit of each other in recent months, but now when you know it's so close, I mean, how crucial has Peter been in terms of you, not just getting you right physically, but mentally for this occasion now? Because the event's massive now.
Oh, it's huge, and when I'm not ringing with him, he's ringing me every twice a day, 3 times a day, and at the time I look up and think, oh, is he ringing me again? But I know what he's doing. He's checking in, he's seeing what I'm thinking, seeing what I'm doing. So yeah, he's always had me back, and especially this week.
Savannah, regarding the fight itself, I think we've spoke about amateurs. Everyone knows what Claressa's done as an amateur. So, but fight itself, do you think form-wise going into this fight certainly with you?
Look, I think if I'm not ready Saturday, I never ever will be. That is
Career
generally
best
what I
shape, without a doubt.
think. 100%. I've trained hard. I've trained really hard. I've left no stone unturned. And like I said, stone unturned. And like I said, if I'm not ready now, I never will be.
Yeah.
Will there be a bit of respect between the pair of you, whatever happens after the fight?
Oh, 100%. I've never underestimated who she is, what she's done, anything like that. She's just not my vibe. Do you know what I mean? She's not my.
Well, we've seen that and the gloves are off. I mean, it's pretty evident. Did you enjoy doing that, actually, just sitting there?
It was
did
good,
you think you were
actually.
getting under her skin?
Well, this is the weird thing, and it shouldn't be like this. I'm very comfortable in her presence, and it shouldn't be like that. Do you know, I should be intimidated, but I'm not.
This fella knows obviously a lot of the work you do behind the scenes. He's told me about obviously sparring, and his brother Will, your brother Will, of course, he swerved it every time. He don't want to get in with you. He's not having it. Obviously, the sparring fighter himself, but again, that's what it's all about, isn't it? All those years that people don't see, all the stuff behind the scenes that people don't see, and it comes to this, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. All the whacks you take, all the times you're laying in bed thinking, I've got another session in a couple of hours. Am I going to get through it? Yeah, it's all worth it. Yeah.
Savannah, do you know, from sort of being an amateur, everyone would have said, I'm right in saying you had an out-and-out amateur style. Did you yourself, before linking up with Peter Fury, did you know that you was made for this professional game? Did you know that yourself deep down? Or did you put a huge part of that down to Peter, the link up?
No, never. I only turned pro because I got offered a contract by Mayweather Promotions, and I thought I was set for life. It's the only reason I turned pro. But there was time, I've spoke about this before, when first couple of sessions with Pete, he was like, right, drop your hands. I was like, what? Drop your hands? Like, I'm going to get knocked out here. And there was times I was shadowboxing in the mirror, looking at myself thinking, you are crap. You are going to get knocked out. But thank God I listened, because he's given me this style and it hasn't done me wrong so far.
What's the plan then when you get your arm raised after the fight at the weekend? What are you going to do? I mean, you kind of then reached the pinnacle, and a lot of fighters struggle when they reach the pinnacle. It's like, what am I going to do now? So have you thought about that?
Little bit, yeah, but I'm trying to savour every moment of this week, because I'm never going to get a fight, a rivalry. There's never going to be a rivalry like this again. And, let's hope there's a rematch or a trilogy or anything like that, but it's never going to top this, ever. So I'm just trying to savour every moment.
Well, it is some setting, of course, and we have caught up with some of the fighters, and of course, the main trainer involved with the big action on Saturday night, Peter Fury, Savannah Marshall. Again, a lot of people have been talking about you to Savannah and to everybody else as well about the impact you've had on her career. I mean, I know you're a humble man, but you seem to be so instrumental to getting her to where she is today.
Well, ask me after Saturday just how instrumental I am, but yeah, we're here. Listen, I'm absolutely ecstatic for Savannah. I really am. If ever a girl deserves to be here, she does. And she's gone for a brutal camp to be here as well. So she really wants it badly. So it's happy.
Peter, we was talking to Savannah earlier, and I sort of knew it anyway. Like from the amateurs, probably fair to say she was an out-and-out amateur, sort of computer scoring amateur. What is it you seen of her, or was it just you implementing your own styling, being so loose and boxing a bit different? What was it? What you seen to make it?
I just saw a rangy girl come in the gym that was punching a lot from the shoulder.
Yeah.
And when you got somebody like that, 6'1",
leverage behind the shots,
get the leverage behind your shots. So I just brought her back down to her natural attributes. Yeah. We just worked from there.
Yeah, it's some event this though, isn't it, as well? And we spoke to Savannah before, and I think when it is an event like this and there's so much press and so much coverage, I asked her, how's it been mentally for you as well as physically? And she said, well, you've been onto her all the time. You're basically keeping tabs on her as much, I suppose, upstairs. Is that fair?
Yeah, it is. Even at the start of the camp, I told her what to expect. I said, the worst thing you can ever do is let her think about the size of the occasion. I said, all you need to think about is when that bell goes and what you've trained for. So that's where we are. She's mentally and physically prepared 100% for this fight. I don't see anything and mental emotions getting in the way here. She's, as a matter of fact, she's excited, she's soaking it all up, and she's enjoying herself. And when I ask her and I speak to her, I say, how are you, Savannah? She said, I feel good, I'm just excited, I can't wait to get in there.
Yeah, you've been involved in some huge nights in the sport. This is right up there, isn't it? It's right up there.
It is. It's right up there. We've got the Unified Women's Championships, and it's because of the two of them who they are as well.
Yeah.
It's
the backstory.
The personalities.
Yeah.
Everything happening. It ticks all the boxes for a major fight. And to be fair to Boxer and Sky, they've really gone at it. It's an all-women's card. First time I've ever been on a boat doing an open workout, and looking at the scenery. I've missed all the boxing, by the way. I've been looking at it. Been sat down looking at the scenery instead.
A lot of people in boxing, and I think it's fair to say, not everybody was always won over, if you like, with the women's part of the game. And I think you've been vocal in the past and saying you had to be converted a little bit. Is that fair to say? And now, you can see the way you're talking now that you are a true convert.
Oh, definitely. If you'd have asked me 6-7 years ago, would I have ever trained a woman, I'd have never seen it. I'd have never seen a woman coming up to me and wanting me to train her in the first place. Yeah. So I just never looked at it. I had no interest in it either. And I thought, and I've got girls myself, and I thought, being punched in the face, not, I wouldn't see me girls being punched in the face. You know what it is like.
Yes,
I've got daughters there, so I didn't envisage it at all. But you know what? I've seen the barriers that they can go through, and it's shocked me, to be fair. That's for this way, it's proved me wrong. Because they can do and take as much stick as a man. It's the same. Yeah. But obviously in women's boxing, it's exactly the same.
After I signed Claressa, we tried to make the Savannah Marshall fight several times. It didn't work out. Yeah. Savannah didn't want to come to the US. We had a talk with Claressa. Claressa said, make the biggest and the best fights. Yeah. I'll come to the UK. And
timing's everything though, right? It's good that it's happening now rather than back then. It's bigger now than what it ever will be, you felt?
For sure, 100%. Yeah. It's a true rivalry. It's a true fight between two fighters in the peak of their careers, and it's going to be fantastic, no doubt about it.
Tell us what happens on Saturday night.
Claressa wins.
How?
I think it's going to be a very exciting and good fight. I think Claressa has a chance to score a knockout. I don't know how good Savannah's chin is. Definitely a unanimous decision at the very least, but possible knockout.
You feel this is Claressa's toughest test, without a doubt?
I feel that Savannah is one of the best fighters that Claressa has ever faced, no doubt about it. But there's levels to this, and I feel that Savannah is a very good fighter. Yeah. Respect to her, and respect to what she's accomplished, and respect to the Fury family, who are some of the best boxing minds in the industry. But there's elite and there's very few levels. Like there's very few fighters like Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Clarissa's on that level. And there's very good fighters like Ken Norton, Felix Trinidad, etc., etc. Well, Felix Trinidad was a great as well. Anyway, but you get my point.
Well, there we have it. It's been interesting today on the boat, and you just managed to keep your kind of lunch inside your hand.
No, I think the music helps, a bit of sunshine.
Yeah.
And it's been a great day on there. I think like a few of the fighters there, they're doing a bit more than they expected to, hitting pads and stuff. But no, good day, and really sort of the appetite's grew even more now for Saturday.
Well, it kind of gets you going, doesn't it? You
Absolutely.
See the sights of London. The O2's disappearing behind us now as well, where all the action is going to happen. And again, I mean, can it match up tomorrow? A press conference after today, a workout on the Thames. So what's going to happen?
Things got lively as Savannah left the ring before, but I think tomorrow when both girls got a microphone, I do believe, things will crank up a little bit for sure. And let's not forget about Maya Baumgartner. This is great undercard, but Maya Baumgartner as well. Don't be surprised there. I think straight away when we're speaking to Alicia there, she believes mentally she's the much stronger one, so it'll be interesting to see what gets said tomorrow at the presser.
The most surprising thing about today is that the sun has been shining for half the time. You forgot your shades.
Yep.
I can't see. You can't see.
I've managed not to be sick. Don't want to speak too soon, so all three.
Well, a great day on the Thames. We look forward to the press conference tomorrow. So you got through the boat, Anne, and it was great catching up with so many people as well. It actually really worked, though, didn't it?
No, it was. It was very unique. We've never done it before, and I don't know if it ever has happened before, but no, it really worked.
Well, it has happened before, because I asked Mike Goodall.
Yes.
Oh, of course, Mike, for people that don't know, puts the rings up, and
he's Mr. Boxing.
He's Mr. Boxing. He's been an MC. He's been everything, Mike Goodall. But I said, this is something new, isn't it? Is it heck? He's done it before. He's done it here.
I know,
he said the only thing that had been new is doing something on the moon. That's exactly what he said.
And if it does happen, he'll be there putting a ring together.
He would indeed. But anyway, it was fun on the boat. Anthony just about held it together. The C6 tablet did the business for you. But, of course, here we are at the... What's the hotel called again? Where are we? The Plaza.
The Plaza on the river. Yeah, it's a nice one anyway.
Yeah, it is very nice. And this is the venue for the press conference. And, well, as we thought, it might get a little bit lively. But what we didn't expect was a couple of comedy turns as well. So you can catch all the action now from the press conference. And we're also, at the end of it, caught up with Claressa Shields.
Yeah, I did think it was a diabolical performance. You know, she'd rammed down people's throats, that she was this, that she was that. We were going to see this spectacular knockout. Sat there for 10 rounds, drifted off. We didn't see nothing.
You didn't even answer the man's question.
What was the second question?
Are you going to knock me out? You said it was a diabolical performance, unanimous decision, but against another undefeated fighter. But are you, Savannah Marshall, going to knock out Claressa Shields?
I've been asked this for the past 12 weeks, and I've never once said I'm going to knock you out. I said I'm going to hurt you, and I will.
Are you going to knock me out? Yes or no?
I'm going to hurt you, and I will.
Yeah, we still don't have an answer.
Well, we'll see when you wake up on the canvas. I'll ask you then. Have I knocked you out? And you can answer it then?
Listen here. I don't know why you think you so big and so strong, but you're not. All this facade, you knocking out these bums. I'm sorry. It's not even fazing me. It's actually comical. And you know what? You would be a fool to come in there and stand there in my face in a boxing ring, and your best bet is to try to box and move. You stand there with me, you gonna be the one sleep.
Whoa,
you gonna sleep.
12 lasses
you gonna be sleep because you're not stronger than me. You're not stronger than me. I had a whole different game plan for Emma than you. I'm not worried about you.
Jesus, well, I haven't seen how different in 12
One
fights.
belt.
Tell you what, I'll be impressed if you do something different. I'll tell you that.
Guess what?
What?
I put in 11 weeks for this camp just to show you.
Well, I put in 12.
You're not about to get in there and walk through me. You're not about to walk through me. Stop it. You're gonna walk through. I can't wait to after the fight, because all I want you to say is, Claressa, you may have a big mouth, but you back it up every time. That's what I want you to say after the fight. And you know what? You be hating on my chain. You be hating on it, but guess what? I bet you this chain that you don't win the fight.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll just take the belts. I'll just have the belts.
You're not gonna have the belts.
I don't want no chain. I don't want that.
Put $35,000 of your purse.
Well, I don't
on
know
it.
why you're over there, but I'd be taking that right back.
What you just said?
I'd be taking that right back. You've been all over spending
you
35
you
want
to be the GOAT. You want to have a chain.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
You want to be the GOAT. You want to have a chain. You want to be me. You want to have the belts. You want the Olympic gold medals. You want it. You want it, right?
No.
Yes, you do. Oh my God. Who doesn't want to win the Olympics for their country?
Hey, where your gold medals at? Hey, you want this chain? You want my belts?
It's
no, thank you.
It's a valid question.
Huh?
It's a valid question.
Where your gold medals at, huh? Huh? You got opinion? Oh, I hate you a hater.
It doesn't matter because everybody has opinions.
You are?
Everybody
that's
has
what
opinions.
You don't like. Anyone who's got an opinion against you.
I don't like
you
that.
You don't like.
No,
you
I don't
why?
like that.
Because
you
are
a hater.
You're nothing but a bully.
No.
That's what you are.
I'm a bully.
You're a bully. I'm a bully.
Whoa.
Yeah, you are. That's what you are. You're a bully.
I swear, that's the first time I've ever heard that one. I'm confident.
Good, you want to be.
You lack confidence. Lots of it, and always have, and always will. And guess what? If on Saturday,
we'll see come Saturday when I'm stepping over
Saturday, you better believe every word you're saying, because I'm about to put you through hell.
Good, that's what I'm praying for.
Believe it.
If I don't get the best version of Claressa, I'll be disappointed. If I get that Claressa that turned up in Cardiff.
You about to take an L, 12-1 on the way.
Yeah, don't you know?
12-1 on the way.
12-1 on the way. No more G-Wart.
12-1
no
on
more
the way.
G-Wart.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you enjoy the press conference? Let me find out.
Not really. I'm just so tired of talking. I'm ready to go. You know, like I've been on this stage so many times, and it's a feeling of when people keep doubting you. You just want to just show them like, I wish we could have fought today. I wish we could have fought last week. I wish we could have fought a year ago. I'm just ready to get in there and just do it.
I tell you what, you both did quite good impressions. Were you surprised? I like your Savannah firstly, and then she came back at you with the impression.
I think I missed it. I think I heard a little bit of it. Where your gold medals at? I was like, oh, she's been practicing. Good.
Yeah. But do you read much into body language? And if so, did you read anything from today?
Nah. I'm more of a mental warfare type of person. I've already beat her mentally and plenty of things that has been said. At the end of the day, it don't really matter what's said or who does what. It's all about the fight.
Well, another world champion, Anthony Crolla, wants to ask you a question here.
So just one question for me. I've first seen you as a 17-year-old girl in Bolton at the holding camp for the Olympic Games.
I know I recognize your face from somewhere. It's crazy.
And I remember you sparring with a Nigerian girl, and right then, it's not me creepy, and I was like, this girl's going places. Yeah? Did you envision then there's always going to be a few Olympic gold medals and multiple weight world champion? You always had that self-belief?
I take everything one fight at a time. So it was my main goal, just become Olympic champ first. And I really couldn't think of nothing else to do with my life for a year or two after that. And then I decided, you know what? How about I try to go for the second Olympics? And then I did that. And then when it got time to turn pro, I just was like, I just want to be a world champ. And then all of a sudden, world champ, undisputed champ. And now whenever they tell me that something hasn't been done, I say, okay, I want to do it. So I think being an American fighter and being in the prime of my career and coming up here to London and fighting at the O2 against one of their biggest hitters is something that American fighters don't do. And I'm taking a huge risk, but if anybody can do it, I can do it.
All the best, enjoy it. And I like your chain anyway.
Thank you. She wished she had one.
Well, it was a great couple of days in London, and luckily we are going to see it all again this week. But Claressa Shields, she was in great form. In fact, Savannah was. Everyone was in great form as well. They all spoke really well, really added to the whole thing. And again, I suppose it might be part of the next question about your bet this weekend.
Yeah.
So your prediction there, Savannah Marshall on points.
Yeah.
Anything changed and what's your bet?
I've got to stick with Savannah Marshall. But listen, I could change my mind a few times before fight night. It's do you know what it is? I said last time, I think. Savannah, listen, you say Savannah points, a lot of people, no, she's going to do it inside the distance, but I believe if she gets into a rhythm, she can be very hard to get out of that. And like I said last time, I do believe she'll have to come from behind, possibly buzz Claressa on the way, but Claressa, I know it's like people have their opinions on it about the quote and stuff like that, but what she's done has been amazing.
Yeah.
I told you last time, when I first saw her as a 17-year-old girl in Bolton, it was unbelievable what I was watching. I just believe Savannah's a bit more on form. She does it on points. And then the other one, over on the Matchroom Bill in Brisbane, I think Sky Nicholson, lovely skills, but I think points for Sky Nicholson as well. So there's the double. So Savannah just, you know what? Yeah. Savannah just to win. Sky points.
There you
the Baumgardner-Mayer fight, I can't pick a winner.
That's the one I am most looking forward to, I'll be honest.
Can't wait.
It's an absolute belter. But anyway, it's a great card at the O2. Plenty of action. You know, Artingstall prices. There's lots of great talent. Caroline Dubois.
Yeah.
So it's one to really look forward to. So it's great that we're going to see it again. And boxing does need a massive lift. But
Yeah.
I've been watching you and your stable here in action today.
Yeah.
And they've all stitched you up on camera. So we're going to see that down the line. We're going to see that down the line. So watch this space for a special on Crolla's stable. Really give it in him. But when are they all out again?
Okay, so I had Bobby Faulkner on a few days ago. He really impressed, really stood out on a great little card in Bolton. And then I've got Rhiannon Dixon, December the 10th, it looks likely, on the big show in Leeds. Jake James and James Moorcroft, they're waiting on confirmation for the 3rd of December. Steve Woods, it's one of his TV shows. That looks likely. Alex Dilmagana, he's waiting for his mandatory for the British title, so he's waiting on that shot. That should be before the end of the year. Sahir Iqbal, he's had terrible luck lately, but I believe he's a massive talent, so and to get him out before Christmas. I've missed someone, I'm sure I've missed someone. James, Rhiannon, Bobby. I've missed someone here and they're going to slate me, aren't they? No, Jake.
No, you got
that's
through
everyone,
the whole
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
That's a lot of them.
So busy as we're going to be as well. And just a final word, actually. I know you've seen him in action. I was at a Leeds show at the weekend on Fight Zone. Matt Windle winning the Commonwealth title.
Yeah.
With a blistering finish in the 11th round. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Couldn't happen to a nicer lad as well. So the punching poet from Birmingham.
Good to see.
Yeah, excellent.
Even when the British title gave a great effort to try and win the British title event. Tommy Frank was, and I believe size just come into play there, but because he's such a small man. But no, fair play, and I'm really happy for him.
So we look forward to the big card at the O2. It's going to be a busy end of year as well. There's lots of big shows coming up as well, isn't there? So
there is.
It's going to be plenty to look forward to. But of course, this is the Lightweight Boxing Show. So please go to YouTube, get on there, subscribe, like all the notification business as well, and again look at some of Crolla's particularly special work. And there's more to come as well. So thank you very much indeed for watching the Lightweight Boxing Show.